here recording a podcast for you. I'll let them off as a lot has happened and life was a bit nuts for a while, but guess what? Lee and Ricky are now officially housemates and live in an awesome new home with their friend Andrew who likes alcohol, Twitter, green things and colorful ponies. They also share the house with a cute little cat called Merle. She can't cat very well though. Oh Merle, you crazy. Anyway, other than moving into a new home together, Lee met a batshit crazy bitch and can't be asked with relationships going forward. Lee, why are you a magnet for crazy bitches who destroy your soul? Rick has been a busy bee buying this awesome new home and still has his beard. When Ricky gets bored around the house, he likes to scare the shit out of Lee by making him jump. LOL. I'll let them tell you the rest. Here we go, the Wrestlemania 33 preview and predictions podcast before tonight's big event. They'll be watching live and possibly recording a live reaction video. Lee and Ricky, are you there? Can you hear me?
Yo, we are here, Siri.
Siri, can you hear me?
Oh yeah, thank you for the intro, as always. And it's been 8 months, as she said. Sorry it's been so long.
Yeah, you better apologise. Lazy.
Laziness. Yeah, man. How you been?
Yeah, just Zelda. It was just
You've been doing...
That's all that matters. Is Breath of the Wild. That's everything.
Yeah. Rick's been playing a lot of Zelda on the new Switch. I cleaned my car today, but it's WrestleMania Day. It is here, WrestleMania 33. So we thought we'd come on and do a breakdown, sort of predictions of each of the matches, give our thoughts on everything. And heading into tonight, I might see if I can try and do another one of these live things by doing a video of like live reactions. So hopefully I can get that set up for later on. But yeah, are you excited, dude? For
I am. Like, regardless of how good or bad a build-up is, always excited for WrestleMania. It's always a fun show. Like last year was a fun show, even if it didn't actually matter. As soon as the show finished, nothing really of consequence happened.
Yeah. So I have not really watched much wrestling at all since like September. I've just sort of been watching highlights most of that sort of time. I just lost a lot of interest in it, but there's no way I'm missing Mania. So I've had a bit of a catch up over the last week or so with everything that's going on. Obviously, the things I have been enjoying is Jericho and Owens.
Yeah.
That's pretty much awesome. In fact, that's probably been my only favourite thing about everything that's been going on lately. I imagine most of you feel the same. But we're going to start at the bottom of the card and work our way up and give all of our thoughts and predictions on these matches. So I've got my little list here. Now, the first match from the bottom of this list, might as well get this one out of the way first because I know you're not happy about it, but Shane O'Mac versus AJ Styles.
Oh, I thought we were going to literally like go from pre-show to show. It's just a list.
That's just a list.
Okay.
Yeah. We can do the pre-show. We've got a kick-off here, which is the...
I mean, is it on the order thing? Or?
Yeah. Yeah, it's on the order thing. So
if it's got all the matches on there, regardless, we'll talk about it. Right.
Okay.
So yeah, Shane O'Mac and AJ Styles. The phenomenal AJ Styles. The guy that's gone from just this guy that Vince has suddenly let in the company to the top guy on the SmackDown brand, pretty much running the show, giving Roman Reigns his best matches ever, just performing at such a high level. And Shane O'Mac, a 40 something old businessman who can jump off things, is his opponent. You've only got a shell life in wrestling. AJ has spent most of that not in this company. So why, oh why would you not give him the chance to put on the best goddamn wrestling match you could have on the show?
Yeah. You look at the year that AJ has had, and the way, he came in at the Rumble last year, and the year he's had, the matches he's put on, and I really didn't expect his Mania match this year to be against Shane McMahon. I had high hopes of him holding that WWE Championship still, defending it in sort of like the main event.
But I would have much preferred to have the Cena AJ match, just like if they'd managed to make it for Cena's 16th win versus like AJ Styles and have a big build up just a big match.
But obviously that wasn't the case. He didn't have the belt going into Mania. Now I just kind of like wonder why he ended up having to face Shane. I mean, did they just not have anything else for him?
I think the sad fact is, in old Vinnie McMahon's head, is I think he actually sees this as a reward for AJ Styles. In his head, he's like, you're gonna go against McMahon, the highest honor.
Yeah.
When it's a shit wrestler.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people were happy with his match last year. I was down on it from literally the moment it was announced, because it was stupid for Undertaker to go fist to fist with Shane and it'd be an equal match, which it was.
I think the match was pretty poor overall. I think the people were so behind it is because of the big spot on it.
Yeah.
That's all they remember from it.
If it was 10 minutes shorter, it would have been fine. And if
Yeah.
Shane had gone straight for weapons to basically even out his thing against The Undertaker. But no. They made it a long wrestling match and eventually he climbed up and jumped. And that was it.
And this is the thing, like, obviously Taker and AJ are completely opposite ends of the spectrum in terms of their style and everything like that. AJ is a pure wrestler. What is Shane going to be able to do other than doing some huge spot, which we know is going to...
And especially because it's been stated that this is a wrestling match. It's not a DQ, it's not a false count anywhere, it is a wrestling match in a wrestling ring with countouts, with disqualifications.
Yeah.
So, unless this is like Shane trying to answer his critics and say, yeah, I can wrestle, and then like everyone else and going, oh, no, he can't wrestle. AJ, we need you. We need you to try and make it look like Shane McMahon can have a wrestling match.
Yeah.
Because we've got to bow down to the whims of the insane McMahon.
It's going to be interesting to see what goes down in that match. I can't see a pure wrestling match coming out of
God, no. They've got to think of some way around it, and there's got to be something. I don't know. He sits on the roller coaster set, flies off it, and I don't know, dies, hopefully.
Well, yeah. I've seen pictures of the set, and it looks like a sort of a theme park, roller coasters and different things to climb on. So we're bound to see something. I'd imagine the ref gets knocked out or something like that. But I just hope that post-Mania, AJ heads back into something more his level.
I think the best thing they could do is they do a swerve. They have it set up like Shane's about to do his big thing, but AJ actually counters it, and then AJ does the big spot. And then that like gives him this recognition with this crowd. This gives him like a big thing, and then he can like play on that afterwards, because AJ is a good wrestler, and he's been known to do this stuff in TNA. Like, he put a ladder on top of a closed steel cage and basically monkey barred across the light rigging at the top of the arena, and then dropped on a guy through a table. He's done his fair share of crazy spots. So if they turned it on its head and AJ got to hit that and then win the match, and then you've got like your top SmackDown guy who could be going to Raw if they do this brand switch thing draft. And yeah, and then he's got so much momentum behind him. Or, you know, he could have a competitive match with a guy that's not a wrestler and it mean nothing.
Yeah. Let's just hope for the best. As long as after this, AJ heads back into sort of like the main event scene with the belt, or someone more on his level. Not that anyone is, because he's pretty much the best wrestler in the world right now. So, but we shall wait and see what happens there. Now, the next match I was pretty much down on because I'm not really a fan of any of these guys, but it's completely turned me around. They've completely won me over in the build up to it, because it's actually been a proper build. And they've had some awesome segments on SmackDown. And this is the tag team match, the intergender tag team match of Cena and Nikki.
Oh, good. I had no idea what you're talking about.
Versus The Miz and Maurice.
Yes, this. Initially, it was just like but yeah, the vignettes going into it, the The unreleased Total Bella videos have been phenomenal. And just John Cena has been so motivated on the microphone. And you can tell that he is loving this.
He is. And the reason this is so good is because it is real. These two do not like each other. And a lot of what they're saying is from the heart. And I think that is what shines through here for me and makes it something I can really get behind. Because, like, even in their goofy, fun promos, you get this real stuff come out from, like, The Miz and how he feels about Cena and holding these, you know, up-and-comers down. And vice versa for Cena. He just lays into The Miz. No respect for him. But it's so good. And Maurice has been fantastic with The Miz in her expressions and her deliveries. And I think her and Nikki have done really well in supporting these two.
Now, that being said, she hasn't been in a wrestling ring for like 7 years. Have you ever watched a good mixed gender tag match?
The only mixed gender tag match I can think of that are any good would have been like Hardys and Lita versus like Right to Censor with Victoria.
Which
but
weren't really, they were just tag matches.
They were just tag matches.
They weren't the special stipulation of when you tag, you have to switch.
Yeah. So no, it's going to be...
That's going to be the only thing. Unless I think they should do something with the women to like take them out of the match. So then you can just have a Miz and Cena match. And then the women sort of do their spots in and out and get taken out.
Yeah.
But now, I think in an ideal world, the Miz would win because that would do so much for his star power. Because this has really turned him around. Being on SmackDown has really revitalized him. Being with Maurice has really revitalized him. And I think a big win at WrestleMania over Cena could like do him a load of good. I still think you could get the whole nice proposal thing. Even if Miz and Maurice win, you could then have Cena and Nikki sort of like maybe Miz and Maurice go to attack him again after the match, and then Nikki and Cena get on top, and then they can do their proposal thing and have a happy.
Yeah,
but it's hard not to see Cena and Nikki winning.
Yeah, they're going to win. I think this is Nikki's last match. I think she's had some major issues with her neck recently. I think her physicality in this match will be quite limited. But I think it will come down to Cena and Nikki holding that spotlight at the end of the match after they've won. And yeah, I can see a marriage proposal coming.
Yeah, mostly
for their bullshit show, Total Bellas, which is just so lame. I watched it earlier. It's just so scripted, but the only reason I watched it is because Daniel Bryan. But it's sad to see him so down and shit.
Well, it was like during one of the worst times of his life.
Yeah, so. It's awful. Poor Daniel. And next up, we have on the list here the Battle Royal.
The Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale.
Yeah.
So, who are 4 potential people that could win?
I'd say Strowman, Sami Zayn. Looking at this list here, there are definitely 2. Big Show, he's won before. Dolph Ziggler, I wish. Hawkins. I think apparently we've got someone special coming up from NXT.
Okay. I hate
into this.
Well, they had Hideo Itami go in it 1 year, and that did nothing for him. Baron Corbin won it last year, but it's not like it actually did him any favors.
Yeah.
Battle Royale, it's literally just a way to get people on the card, which is nice, but it doesn't really make me sad. Like, especially for someone like Braun Strowman, who has been such a big focus and done so well. Couldn't him and Big Show just got a singles match or something?
Yeah, for me on this list, it's either going to be Sami Zayn or Braun Strowman.
And tell me, are there any potential winners on SmackDown?
No, no, not at all. And where the hell has Goldust been? I see he's in this match. Where's
Oh,
They've been around.
They've just been around. They're tag teams, of course. Golden Truth. They're just
So they're still a thing.
jobbers, yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
They did this absolutely pointless over the top rope challenge on Raw, which just a load of people came out, and the Big Show threw a load of people out, and then they all threw Big Show out, and that was pretty much the end of the segment. It's got to go to Braun.
One of my biggest gripes, though, about this match, I know it's like a good thing to do because it gets a lot of people on the card at once, but to me, that's all it's become. Like, yeah, they win the Andre statue at the end, but what has happened to the winners who've done it in the past? You look at
the year Big Show won should have been Damien Sandow, but it's not
Absolutely.
like he got any sort of push afterwards.
No.
Cesaro got dropped afterwards.
Yep, and
Baron Corbin.
Baron Corbin.
He's probably the most successful one. Like, he had a string of wins afterwards, but it didn't really have anything to do with this Battle Royale. I think that you should put something on the line. Like, the winner of the Battle Royale will get, like, the mid-title shot on the next pay-per-view. Because then at least you, like, also give the mid-belt some sort of acknowledgement. Either the US title or the Intercontinental.
Exactly. It's just a shame because it could mean so much more if the people that won in the past have done huge things within that like year to the following Mania. And yeah, Corbin's really the only one that's probably been the most successful. He's got a singles match on the card tonight for a title, the Intercontinental. So, but yeah, I'm going to go with either Strowman or.
I think Strowman's got it, but I think
Sammy.
Sammy's on our outside.
Yeah. Okay, the next match we're going to look at is The Undertaker versus Roman Reigns.
Oof. The only way this can be good is if Roman Reigns turns heel. He wins the match, he turns heel, and then you have the hottest heel in the company.
Yeah.
But I can see them just having Roman Reigns win and just be Roman Reigns, like, smug.
Very, very smug. I think he knows that he's going to be getting a win over Taker here. He is very smug, and you could see it on his face at the Hall of Fame. But I don't know. I don't know what kind of match this is going to be. Taker is done.
Yeah, I think this match is going to be absolutely terrible.
Yeah.
Taker barely looks like walking is sort of an easy thing for him.
And the thing is, he's got a hip replacement due, and he's having a match at Mania.
Oh.
It's laughable. Hey, it's Taker. He's, a legend, and there's nothing. You can't take anything away from him there. He's the Undertaker, but I just don't think it's doing him or Reigns any good. Putting Reigns in there with a guy who needs a hip replacement. He probably can't really go anywhere near the way he used to.
And Reigns is not a bad wrestler, but he does need someone with experience and ability to kind of guide him. I just don't think Taker's in the right shape to be able to lead a match.
Or frame of mind, because it looked like last year he was done with the WWE. There was something going on backstage. He disappeared for a while, and I guess he got talked into coming back.
Because he's digging holes and taking souls.
It's just strange. Do they force him into these things? Like, we need you, you're Taker, we can't have you go yet. Or is he just really, really stubborn and does not want to retire yet, even though his body is screaming for him to do so?
Yeah, but wouldn't be the first wrestler to do that.
No. I think this match is going to be a bit of a
poopy.
Bit of a poopy. It's probably going to be worse than Taker Lesnar match from a few years back at 30, but
probably going to be worse than Undertaker versus Giant Gonzalez.
Yeah. So you've got Reigns then, have you, for this one?
Yeah, I've got to go Reigns.
Yeah, I agree.
And it's not like the streak. There's a streak anymore. That's dead. So
it will be the coronation of Roman Reigns' heel turn. It's coming tonight. I guarantee it.
I don't think. I think it's the best thing to do. I don't think it's guaranteed. I think they could very much just have Roman Reigns win and carry on as he is. Because technically on paper, he is the face of the faces. He's the best marketing guy.
Yeah. Now, next is a match that I really didn't think would happen because of the rough shape that Seth Rollins has been in, but he is taking on Triple H in this non-sanction match that they signed a contract for. Makes a lot of sense.
Well, it's the same thing they did with Shawn Michaels when he first returned. When he returned after his big absence.
Yeah. After he lost his smile.
Yeah. But I think it's in that way, so they can sort of basically Triple H can look after Seth. If he looks like he's sort of things are going bad for him, they can like do some sort of big weapon spot and just end things.
Now, an interesting question about this match that's been going around on different other podcasts and news sites. Obviously, Seth Rollins is one of the company's biggest stars, and he's not been on TV much at all. A lot of people have been putting forward the question, would the company take him off TV on purpose just to build this storyline more, or is he legit injured?
I don't think he's legit injured.
And they're still going to go with it, this match. Because...
Well, I think he was legit injured. And I'd say it's just a throw up in the air. Depending how this match is dependent on how healthy he is.
Yeah.
Because they could just hide it under like a no DQ weapon spots and that sort of stuff.
Yeah. I think it's going to be a good match. I think it's going to be very interesting to see what happens. I don't know who I've got for this one though.
If it was a healthy Seth Rollins, I'd say it would be him to establish it. But I can see it being a Triple H victory, so then Seth they can give him a bit more time to heal and then do their big, he's going to come for redemption.
Yeah. Yeah, I could say because Triple H lost last year. He done it last year. I'd imagine he's going to be winning this year.
And then also you've got the added things of like Samoa Joe. Does he get involved in this? Because he's not out at WrestleMania.
Exactly.
And I'm glad they didn't chuck him in the Battle Royale because that would have been a waste.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, so is it going to turn into that? And then is like Finn Balor going to come out, another guy that's healthy, who's been doing matches on house shows?
Yep.
So will they just turn it into sort of like a tag thing, which would also help take the pressure off Rollins and an injury? So there's workarounds. I don't think this is going to be a full-on, like, they're going to do very, like, smoke and mirrors to make it work with how healthy he is.
Yeah, exactly. And there's been a lot of talk about this stable idea that's been going around because a lot of people are saying that WWE needs a big stable on Raw. So I think the likes of, Finn Balor, Samoa Joe, to name a couple of people, could align with someone like Triple H.
I don't know if it needs a big stable, because let's think of the last one we had of The Authority, and that was awful.
That was, but you look how awesome a stable with those guys would be.
Oh, yeah. But I mean, it's like not a needed thing, but I think it could be good having Triple H in the Ric Flair mentor role, not there every week, and then having sort of Samoa Joe, Kevin Owens really sort of taking the lead, and maybe a Bobby Roode or someone like someone fresh in that division that's not really been there before.
You look at matches over the last few years, and there's been one match where we've had big surprises. You look at Sting and Triple H's match from 31, and the NWO come out, DX come out, and then 30 at the end of that New Day and League of Nations, we had HBK, Austin, Mick Foley come out. I think the Rollins and Triple H match will see the same sort of thing this year, but with more up-and-comers, not legends. I think it's time to do, like we were saying, Samoa Joe, Finn Balor, just getting these young guys up, making big surprises and a big impact on the big stage.
Well, I think this show has to 100% do what last year did not. Last year just literally pissed on your current roster. Pretty much none of the segments were focused towards any new people. Like, I think Jericho did need a win, but did it have to be the WrestleMania against AJ Styles, this guy that maybe people are seeing for the first time? The New Day lost. Your tag team champions lost to the Villains, and then 3 retired guys came out, beat them up, and then beat up the New Day. So none of your current people were sort of seen in that segment. Undertaker versus Shane was just 2 old people. An old guy was the champion, and then a guy that nobody liked beat him.
Yeah.
Like, nothing really helped the current generation.
It was a good Mania, but you're exactly right. It didn't do any favors for the up-and-comers. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see what happens there. But
And those of you listening, take a shot for the badum.
But oh god, how many times have I done that? I'll have to do a count, and I owe you probably 10,000 shots. It's But the next match we have is the Raw Tag Team Championship ladder match.
This has been a terrible build.
Has it?
Yeah, like, what happened? Like, the New Day are the longest ever champions. Whoever took the title off them, maybe something should have happened with them that was a bit special.
Yeah.
Not, like, it's just been
Throw
a
it
waste. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, New Day are the longest ever champions. What? Can you pick anyone as, like, their rivals? Anybody that had a good, like, they've had good matches, but nothing that really that memorable.
No.
The matches have been good despite, like, just no story for them.
When you hold a belt that long, you absolutely deserve this huge moment if you're going to lose it. So yeah, it doesn't stand out in my mind.
So I believe Gallows and Anderson really deserve the titles, but they have just won, and then what did they do immediately after winning? They literally lost week after week to Roman Reigns in handicap matches.
Mhm.
Way to make your champions look strong. Ugh.
I'll tell you what, though, in this match, I cannot wait for Enzo and Cass's entrance on the grand stage, like 80,000 people.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be good.
But I think these two have got it in the bag tonight.
Really?
Yeah, well, you look at Sheamus, Cesaro, they've had the belts.
Yeah.
Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, I just can't see them retaining. I'm all for Enzo and Cass winning their gold on their first ever Mania.
Yeah, no, I can see that. I think
Yeah.
that's probably the smart choice.
It's a wonderful choice. It'd be a wonderful moment for those two. And it's just all so real to them. They genuinely love this business. And if you watch on the network, they've done this Monday night after WrestleMania special. And there was a bit from last year where Triple H told them backstage that they're going up to the roster that Monday. And you could just see it in their face and their reaction. It's just, that is what I want from superstars, is when it's truly real to them. And, you know,
Unlike our current champion.
yeah, exactly. We'll get to that because I've got some real issues there. But yeah, I definitely want Enzo and Cass taking home those belts tonight. And as we're going along here, put in the comments so you think, your opinions, because we'd love to see those as well. And you can also tweet us. Okay, the next match up on this list is the Intercontinental Championship match with Dean Ambrose versus Baron Corbin.
Before you looked at this match list, did you even know who the Intercontinental Champion was?
I did. I knew it was Dino. As I say, I've been getting back into keeping up with it all the last couple of weeks just on the build to Mania. But yes, I know it's Dino.
Now, on there, does it say any stipulations for this match, or is it just a match?
Just a match, just a championship match.
Because for me, like, with how the build-up's been, it should definitely be a hardcore match. Because they've gotten, like, the forklift involved, and there's been sort of more backstage attacks and that.
Oh,
And did you see what segment they were in on SmackDown before WrestleMania?
no, I didn't.
And that's exactly the answer. They weren't on the show.
They
They
go
were-
home SmackDown, man.
They were not on the show. Their segment got pulled for time constraints, and they got their segment shown on Talking Smack, which was a terrible picture-in-picture interview with them in different locations, where I would say I actually preferred Baron Corbin. Like, Baron Corbin was just sort of doing your heel thing of just like, I'm going to beat you up, I'm going to fight you. And then Dean was heading far too much towards the comedy side. It's got its time and place. And then Dean picked up a remote that actually is the exact same remote I own for my TV and turned Baron Corbin off. And yeah, that's it. That's go home.
How did
for
he?
Yeah, that doesn't work. Yeah.
Yeah.
Turning off the TV wouldn't stop like the feed. It just means
We can
Dean
still
wouldn't
see
be able-
them both.
Dean wouldn't be able to talk to him. That's it.
Oh god.
Yeah, so I don't know. The
Oh.
sad thing is, I think these guys will put on a match because I think these two guys will be motivated to. Baron Corbin's first WrestleMania, Dean Ambrose will really want to make up for last year and just being boycotted basically by Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
It's just like, no, you do what I say. I know you want to put effort into a match, but I just don't care about you, Dean, so just do what I say. But the thing is, I think they're only going to get 10 minutes or so. I think, what is it on the pre-show?
I don't think so. I think there's only. I think we've
The
got.
Battle Royale is on the pre-show.
Is it really?
Yeah. Which tells you how important that is. The Cruiserweight is on the pre-show. And maybe the SmackDown women are on the pre-show.
Right.
Okay, so maybe that's all that's there. But, I just don't have much thoughts to this match, really.
No.
I think they just need to keep it as status quo and sort of maybe carry this feud on when you don't have all the part-timers around so they can actually focus on them for a bit.
Yeah. Well, as I say, this list is in no particular order, but whilst we're just on the topic of the pre-show, you say the Divas match for, is it the SmackDown? Sorry, women's.
Yes.
Women's. SmackDown Championship is on the pre-show.
Yes.
Right, okay, so who's in that match? Because it's not on this list.
So who's your women's champion?
The women's champion. Is that Alexa Bliss?
That is.
Yeah.
Because Naomi had to give up her title.
Oh, right, yeah, because she got
Yeah.
injured, didn't she?
So Mickie James has done a not very successful quick face turn, kind of. And then you've got Natty, you've got Carmella, you have... Who else is on SmackDown? Oh, Becky Lynch, because she's kind of faded since getting taken out of the title picture.
Hmm.
And then you actually had Naomi return,
Oh,
and
she's
she got quite a big pop. And the first ever thing she did was a Hurricanrana on the entrance ramp, which is like, she's just come back from injury.
Right.
Well, she chose to do it. And then, like, there's some speculation that maybe, because of the wording of it, of like every available woman on the SmackDown roster, that they could be bringing someone up. Asuka has been seen on SmackDown house shows, so she could make an appearance and beat the shit out of everyone. But
Yeah.
who knows? Or maybe they could save her for another occasion, because it was up in the air if Naomi was even going to make the match. So maybe they'll keep it just to them. Don't have much opinions for this, really. It's so hard. Like 6-7 people in a match is just awkward to do, awkward to build to. And because of the whole injury of Naomi, it's sort of got a bit muddled up with its build. So
Yeah.
I'd just really like actually Alexa Bliss to hold it really and retain.
Speaking of women's championships, the Raw women's.
So that was all your opinion on the SmackDown women.
Yeah, I have not. This is more Ricky's bag because I have not been following wrestling properly. So, but yeah, I do follow the likes of Charlotte and Bayley, Sasha Banks. So the women's Raw championship. What are your thoughts on the build on that one?
It's been shit. They were building this pay-per-view win streak for over a year, which I thought was a bit silly. It didn't end at the Hell in a Cell match between Sasha and Charlotte, but whatever. And then they just gave it away last pay-per-view in a contested finish because Sasha came out and interfered. How bigger would this main event been with that hanging over it? The Charlotte's undefeated pay-per-view streak is on the line here as well. How much bigger would this match be if it had Bayley's chance for her first ever title win on this show, which again was given away earlier?
Yep.
How much bigger would this have been if Nia Jax hasn't actually been beaten at the last pay-per-view and by Becky Lynch, and just in a couple of Raws she's been beaten, even if it's not a straight way? So you've just got a match of 4 women that have all beaten each other on different occasions, and that's it. They've taken away all the things that would have helped hype this up, and they've just given it away in just everyone pinning everyone. And I think it's proof that the SmackDown women are actually better off currently because they're more diverse. While Raw has like 3 women they keep trying to protect, but you can only have so many combinations of 3 people, so they've all beaten each other.
Bayley, don't get me wrong, she absolutely deserves the women's championship, but I think, yeah, as Ricky said, it just kind of threw away that awesome moment that would have been if they just waited a little bit longer and had her win it at Mania for the first time in front of all those fans. It would have been such a cool moment for her, but all like myself, I'm a huge Bayley fan. It just seems a bit throwaway. And I'd still like her to win tonight, but I just don't think it'd be the same.
No, I think your best person to win is probably Nia Jax, as she's the only one who's not held the title. At least give you a different direction to go in, and then you've got a story of Bayley chasing for the title, or you can have Sasha and Bayley spin off, and you can have Charlotte try and go against Nia. But yeah, it's compared to last year's women's match, I'm just not that interested really.
Can you ever see a women main event WrestleMania?
No.
No.
Not as long as they keep bringing back part-timers.
No.
Because we don't even have our current crop of men main event WrestleMania, so...
We don't.
Yeah.
Not going to happen. Yeah, I think that's either never going to happen or we're years off from seeing that happen. But yeah, let's just hope for a good little Divas match there. I keep saying Divas match. Women's, yeah, say that. I know. I need shots now and slaps every time I say Diva or but. So, creeping up the card now, the next match we're going to talk about is the WWE Championship match. Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton. I could not give one flying poop.
If it was the other way round, if Randy Orton had helped Bray Wyatt win the Rumble, Randy Orton had gotten the title at the Elimination Chamber, and we were heading into WrestleMania with the potential for Bray Wyatt to win his first ever title win, I would be more excited. But because now we've got Bray Wyatt's first ever title win about to be ended by the guy that's won loads of Manias and stuff.
Bray Wyatt is awesome and he deserved the belt, but I just don't. How bad is it that we don't care about the main title in the company? It's, I don't know. I really
don't care about either of the title matches.
No,
frankly.
How bad is that? Both the WWE Championship and the Universal title, those 2 matches are the matches I care least about tonight. How bad is that?
Yeah,
but
I'd say if it was the other way around and it looked like Bray Wyatt was going to get the win, I'd be more excited. But because it looks like it's Randy going to beat Bray, and some of the stuff like the burning of the Wyatt compound, the reveal, that was good. But I feel like they did it too early, and then the writers were like, "Oh, we've still got to fill out 4 or 5 weeks of television," and then they didn't really have much to do. So their sort of mixture has been a bit odd over the last sort of month or so.
It's been very odd.
And both Bray and Orton have gone to this burnt down compound since.
Yeah.
One of them to put dirt on his face, the other one to stab a
because he's
crucifix into the ground.
Yeah, he's proper Satan worshipping now, isn't he? Bray.
Wasn't he doing that anyway?
Turning him more and more. I mean, it really getting into the nitty gritty of his character with this.
Well,
devil
say
worship.
it. What is his character?
It's hard. I'd say he's a bit takery.
Yeah.
But better promos.
But what have they actually done with it?
That's what
it's literally. He's done this stuff, but there's been no show of it. Then he's just turned up and wrestled. Hasn't shown any extra powers, extra viciousness.
No, he's very talky.
Mm.
Yeah, talking all the mysterious stuff, but it'd be cool to see the mysterious and
Actually make it look like his character's changed, changes in ring style a bit, change how other people like perceive him. But no, just got everyone treating him the same.
so you've got Orton for this match then.
Yeah, seems the way.
I want Bray to win, and he should absolutely win. It's too early for him to lose it. I'm gonna go Bray. I'm gonna go Bray. I just don't see the point in having Orton win it. I really don't. So I'm gonna go Bray with that one.
Okay.
Let's get this next match out of the way. But the Universal title match for Goldberg and Brock Lesnar. That is just going to be...
Now, let's emphasize this. The first ever WrestleMania defense of the Universal title is held by a 50-year-old man who has wrestled for a total of 5 minutes in the last decade.
And has said on record that he's miserable in his current run. Awesome. It's crazy. And one of the last matches he had was like 30 seconds long. And he said that he was so chuffed with himself, he went and bought himself a new car.
Yeah, well done for being able to perform 2 spears and a jackhammer.
And he's knackered. And he's miserable. And he's the current Universal Champion. It is ridiculous.
The Brock Lesnar Goldberg match, it's fine. I would have been happy to have it on the show. It'll bring your older, fallen out of the business fans to come and have a watch.
It's the Clash
He's
of
a big
Titans.
name.
Yeah, it's the Clash of
But
Titans.
the Universal title being a part of it means nothing. It didn't even really matter in the storyline. Brock Lesnar doesn't really give a shit about the title. All he cared about was getting back his wins. Like, it didn't need it. And then you could have had Jericho and Owens for the Universal title in a match that would have meant something to your current audience. Because we're probably not going to see either of these guys, Lesnar or Goldberg, tomorrow on Raw.
No. It's just... It's going to be one of those matches that's just... I think they're just going to go hard on it. It's going to be fairly brutal and end fairly quickly.
Well, it has to. And as I keep pointing out, Goldberg wasn't good in his prime.
No, he wasn't. I was never a Goldberg fan, and I really don't get what the interest is. But for some reason, people seem to like him. But I just don't want this match to go on last.
No, it would be so deflating. I'll be like tempted to have an early night.
Yeah. People have been saying that Taker Reigns will close the show.
Again, that shouldn't... I don't know which one would actually be worse.
No. Not unless they've got some sort of big shock ending planned.
Yeah.
Then I will stay to the end regardless of what the main event is, just in case. Because knowing my luck, something huge will happen. But I just don't know. It's a tough one.
The sad thing is, it all sets up for Reigns to get the title, because I cannot see anyone other than Reigns beating a Goldberg or a Lesnar.
No, not at all.
So this title that was started off with Finn Balor from your new generation, and then Kevin Owens' first title win, and who carried it, of a guy that's never touched the title before, and then it goes to a 50-year-old man with photoshopped black beard.
Now I'm saving the best till last because I think this is going to steal the show. Jericho, Owens. I think this whole build has been pretty awesome.
So should we talk about the other match then, if you want to talk about this one last? The one you've missed.
I missed?
Austin Aries versus King Neville.
Oh, this list is not very good.
Yeah.
And I copied it off the website, WWE website.
Oh, good. I hope that means the match hasn't just been dropped. That'd be awful. But, okay, so what do you know of Austin Aries?
Not a great deal. You're going to have to enlighten me, dude. I know of him. I know he's well respected.
In your catch-ups, have you seen anything? Or like, how have you caught up?
Not really. I've seen bits of bearded Neville.
Yeah, I
Doing
think Neville's
promos
heel
and stuff.
thing has been
Pretty
fantastic.
good, yeah.
He's shown that he's got character. He's been really vicious in the ring. His match with Jack Gallagher on the last pay-per-view was fantastic. Oh yeah, you didn't even watch the last pay-per-view, did you?
No, I didn't.
I think because I probably
I
told
think
you
you
not
told
to.
me not to,
Yeah,
Yeah, we didn't bother watching that.
yeah. But yeah, his match with Gallagher was fantastic. So Neville has been on fire. And it was in a perfect moment. Austin Aries, who's been the commentator for 205 Live and Cruiserweight matches on Raw, was interviewing Neville in the ring. Neville was saying he's crushed all his competitions. There's no one that matters. And in those perfect moments when the crowd works with the segment, they all started chanting Austin Aries. And again, Austin asks again, are you sure there is no one you can think of? And then just punches Neville in the mouth. And he's a great character. He's more of a heel, but because he's directing his heelness at a bigger heel, he's coming across his face and he's popular. He's done interview segments where he's like, I'm going to interview the most entertaining man at the moment, Austin Aries. Now, Austin. So he's interviewing himself. And yeah, Neville's just slowly going insane with this king thing, and everybody should take a knee when they see me. And just Austin Aries is just sort of being your Rock type face, where he's kind of a heel because he's just mocking people. And these guys can go in the ring. Like if you look back to the NXT matches Neville had, even the US title match he had against Cena, he can just go in a wrestling ring. And Austin Aries is just as good. So, since this match is on the pre-show, they should be able to give them time, and these guys might steal match of the show.
Well, we'll have to wait and see. They might be a strong contender then for, as I was saying, Jericho and Owens.
Yes.
Which I do think will be the match of the night.
It's the storyline that has had the most build. It's been building since September. That Jericho and Owens actually started teaming together.
It's just started out all. It just started so well. It's been going since September.
Yeah, I think in September they officially started working together, but there were like little interactions between them beforehand, and it wasn't until I believe Jericho was all alone and was like, I've got a team member. I've got the Jimmy Jack. Yeah. And then Kevin Owens like, it's got me. Yeah, I got Kevin Owens. That's what I said. God damn it, Tom Phillips, you listen to us. Why are you so tall now? Bend down.
Jericho. It's been the best run he's had.
He has. The Festival of Friendship was fantastic. And then showing the true Kevin Owens, as they were so lucky with the fact that a teenage Kevin Owens put up a photo of him doing the Y2J pose.
Oh, yeah.
In a Y2J shirt with Y2J posters. He was marking out, man!
Yeah. Drink it in, man. Oh, it's so good.
And they did have the moment they needed to sort of set us up for Mania of Kevin Owens. Yeah, just made the list! Oh, so good.
Oh, the list of Owens.
This is for the US title.
It is.
If you remember, that's a thing.
It is.
And just, this should have been for the Universal title.
It would have been perfect. Would have been so perfect, wouldn't it?
But I feel that Kevin Owens should go over. And I think Kevin Owens should go over in a way where Jericho is taken out. I think it should be an emphatic statement.
Yeah, because we all know Jericho's off to Fozzy stuff soon and will be gone for 6 months to a year. Who knows?
But, with Jericho, his Fozzy stuff, he seems to manage to find ways to get around it.
He does. He's full of surprises. But I think the writing's on the wall with this one. Owens is taking that belt home. But I think it's going to be an absolutely incredible match. From bell to bell. Absolutely. they've got so much depth and story to it, and it's so nice having a match like that on the card, because it's not very often this sort of thing happens anymore, where you get a real long running story.
Yep,
with
I agree.
Everyone behind you. You know,
the crowd have been electric for everything these two guys have done. When they were together, when they were apart. It's worked.
I can't wait for the video package.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be so good.
And you can tell, like with Cena and The Miz, when guys are really into a storyline, that's when it really hits you. Unlike Lesnar and Goldberg that are like, yeah, money.
Yeah, don't give a shit. But yeah, I think it's just going to be match of the night. I'm really looking forward to it.
But you know what I'm really looking forward to is Pitbull's performance.
Oh, he's doing it? Oh.
Yeah, good.
Great.
So that's your toilet break there. You got Pitbull and some other singy people singing.
We can munch on our pizza.
So yeah,
have a chit chat.
New Day. What are they actually going to do? They are our hosts for WrestleMania. And how much do you want it to be involving Broken Matt Hardy?
Oh my God,
and Brother Nero.
Now, what I love about Mania Week is there's all this speculation and rumors that fly around, and you can't help but get excited. But as Ricky said, the New Day, what are they going to be doing? I think, obviously, they will come out in probably on the roller coaster that they've had built.
Yeah. Maybe they get the robotic fire-breathing unicorn they wanted from last year.
Yeah. They're going to make a grand entrance, and they're going to introduce Mania. And my biggest hope for the whole damn night is that Broken Matt Hardy and Brother Nero return to the WWE, because last night they lost their ROH Tag Team Championships, and they went into an interview, and this guy was obviously asking them, what's next? Will we be seeing you this weekend? And they were very mysterious about it, but just said, oh, you'll have to wait and see. It's wrestling. Who knows? But I just hope and pray that we do see them, because I was a huge fan, as Ricky knows, especially of Jeff Hardy back in the early 2000s. And I'd love to see them end their career in the WWE, go into the Hall of Fame next year, and just have one final run. I'd like to see them take on New Day, Carl and Luke, and all the other tag teams there, Enzo and Cass. And wouldn't it be really cool if New Day were to be interrupted by these two tonight, and these two get put into the tag team match for the ladder match or something like that?
I think like the segment alone would be enough.
It would be.
And then it would set up for matches in the future. We don't need them in ring straight away. I think to build that anticipation to bring people on from WrestleMania, which, again, there were just no hooks last year. There was no reason for any casual fans that elapsed and decided just to watch WrestleMania out of. There was no reason for any of them to give a shit about going back to wrestling. There should be stuff that pulls you to carry on the day after.
But I can't think of a better way to open Mania than those two coming back.
delete a whole stadium.
Oh my God, imagine that.
Oh.
Imagine that visual. Oh, and I've never been so excited for Matt Hardy in my life.
And now we're going to be disappointed because it's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen. I don't know why I do this.
They're going to come out, they're going to have ice cream, and they're going to have a good time, but yeah.
And whilst we're on, huge congratulations to all of the Hall of Famers, especially Kurt Angle. And I'm really looking forward to him seeing him enter tonight at Mania for his music playing.
Just that pop is going to be a big one.
It's going to be absolutely beautiful.
The stadium people chanting, "You suck."
You suck. And it's all out of love now.
It's love.
It's love.
It is. Like when he became face and that happened, the crowd would generally like point at the sort of opponent and use. It's sort of love now.
It is love.
It's like Austin's what? It's just.
And will they do anything with him? Will there be any surprises with Angle coming up soon? Again, I shouldn't be building myself up so much.
No.
I'm looking forward to seeing Angle tonight. And as I say, the rest of the Hall of Famers, congratulations as well. Jim Ross, hearts out to him. He's been through a real tough couple of weeks. And yeah, thoughts go out to his family and himself. And apparently he is going to be commentating tonight. Apparently it's going to be the Universal title match, but we may see him down there for the full show. Who knows? But he has signed a new contract with the WWE.
This is also interesting because if you don't know that Mauro
Ronaldo has got...
Yeah, he's been
depression.
having issues and he has not been on the last, I think it's now 3 SmackDowns.
Wow.
So I don't know if maybe they're looking for like a temporary thing, or if maybe Mauro's has taken on too many things because he does like MMA and other stuff as well. So,
well, this new contract calls for JR to do the occasional commentary, and also he's going to be filming WWE Network specials, which would be good.
Don't know, is he good with a camera?
Yeah. Doing selfies and stuff. Day in the life.
What's this on, button? Oh God.
JR Barbecue.
My God, I dropped the camera. My God.
Oh man. Yeah. What are you hoping for most from the night? Deep down.
Deep down, the thing I'd really want is AJ Styles comes out, Shane O'Mac comes out, and then Shane O'Mac says, I know that I can't touch you in that ring, so I've got someone to stand in for me, and brings up Shinsuke Nakamura, and we can have at WrestleMania Shinsuke Nakamura versus AJ Styles. That's the dream. But no, because Shane thinks he's a wrestler.
He does. I am pumped for tonight, regardless of the shitty matches that are involved. I'm proper excited.
The whole spectacle's usually fun, regardless.
It is. It is. So we'll be watching, the pre-show, and I will do a live reaction of the main show. So yeah, look out for that if you're up for it. Let us know in the comments any predictions that you have about the matches that we've gone down.
Or on, well, my Instagram. You have Instagram? You are on Instagram.
I do. I'm just Lily since 85.
I am Black White Soul EOD. Same for my Twitter as Black White Soul EOD. You can see me on my YouTube channel that hopefully I'll start doing some stuff for soon, which is Black White Soul. Or you can see my Facebook page, which is Black White Soul EOD as well, I think.
Yeah, you've got my Instagram, Lily since 85, my Twitter, which is WWLeeTV, right here on the channel, WWLeeTV, where I'll hopefully be doing more content for you guys. It's not just wrestling, but I'll get into that another time. But as I say, yeah, let us know everything about your thoughts on Mania, and we'd love to hear from you. And we'll hopefully be back again soon and not 8 months' time.
Yeah.
Because we're now under one roof, so we've got no excuse.
Well, our Flying Fortress only had one roof.
It did, didn't it?
Yeah.
Who's in that thing, by the way?
I think it got stolen.
Oh, really?
I put a bike lock on it. I just got taken. Oh, I made that mistake. Shouldn't have left it outside Tesco's.
Oh,
It was a bit excessive to go shopping with the Flying Fortress.
You went to get some milk.
I know.
I had to go pick him up.
Oh,
He's like, right, we better buy a permanent home now.
yeah, that's it.
All our money was tied up in the Flying Fortress.
Oh. Okay, and until next time, TTFN.
TTFN. No,
That's not your
that's
sign
not
off.
mine.
That's mine.
All right, what's mine? Oh, yeah. Ciao. See?
It's been 8 months.
8 months. I've forgotten my own outro. I steal Ricky's stuff. Oh, God. Ciao for now, people.